Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. If you can hear me, please give me a thumbs up in the chats. Oh, okay. That's great. That's great. How are you all doing? You can share how you're doing with us in the chat. I hope everybody is fine. Can you quickly share with us your takeaway for yesterday? What was exciting? What did you get to know yesterday that was very exciting for you or very eye-opening for you? Share with us. Maybe I'll be picking a few for myself too. Yes, I'm very excited to see you all today, and thank you very much for joining. We are going to continue our session. We're going to talk more about the use of AI in data and how, as data analysts, oh, very interesting. That's great. As data analysts, we are going to apply AI and make sure that the work is done easier. Yesterday, I got to learn about garbage in, garbage out. So, what you feed the AI is what it gives you back. Someone is saying they learned that they can't just develop templates using AI, but can also summarize by uploading raw data. Okay, that's something great to learn. I also learned a lot and I am so happy. Today we have our speaker here already, and I know she has a lot to take us through. I do not even want to take all her time. So, Deborah, hello, if you can hear me.
Hi,
Yeah.
Precious. I can hear you clearly.
Please
Yeah.
let me quickly hand over the floor to you. Thank
All
you.
right, all right. Hi, everyone. I hope we are ready. I hope we enjoyed yesterday's session. Unfortunately, I didn't do a proper wrap up because of difficulties I had on my end, but today will be better. Yes, and hopefully we'll take home a lot of useful tips. Yeah, for our productivity and most importantly, our analysis. All right, so without much introduction, I would like to do a review on what we did yesterday. And let me share my screen quickly. Mm, yeah. All right, please, if you can see my screen, just give me a thumbs up. Yeah. Okay, thumbs up, thumbs up. If you can see my screen. All right, so basically, what we learned from yesterday's session was how to do a proper EDA. For those of us who are new to EDAs are mainly examining, getting to understand our values, getting to know where we need to merge our data, where we need to, you know, where we need to do our feature engineering. You get to know more about feature engineering, but feature engineering mainly has to do with modeling. All right. When I spoke about models, I spoke about different models. I spoke about machine learning models, large language models. I also spoke about generative AI. I gave differences why, I gave examples why. All right. And also we did some analysis with a tool, called Gemini. And most of us, I'm sure by now are quite familiar with Gemini AI. And we do know now that we can do a lot more than just, generating definitions of maybe words. We can do more when it comes. We can use it to do more in data analysis, and also it also opened our minds to know that we've been doing analysis all this while, but we didn't really put it in a context. We didn't put it, in a word that okay, I'm actually an analyst because I can differentiate between two different objects using their characteristics, using their features, and so on and so forth. So what we'll be doing today is, getting to know more about Gemini AI. We will also be using a tool called Notebook LM, which is a natural language model for analysis. And also, we would also be learning further uses of further further uses and characteristics of ChatGPT. I'm sure most of us were sad when we didn't see ChatGPT. We saw Gemini AI 2 instead. But today we'll be doing quite a number of things with ChatGPT in addition with Notebook LLM. All right. So the integration of Gemini AI. What are some of the strengths? I mean, beyond what we did yesterday, beyond the prompts, beyond the cleaning, beyond the merging, beyond identifying missing values, detecting outliers, what are some of the unique strengths of Gemini AI? So it can be used for multimodal analysis, that's generating text and images. Okay. It can also be used directly with Google Sheet integration, which I shared. When we had the summary table, okay, we had the summary table. It was able to integrate the Google Sheet because eventually Gemini AI is a product of Google, and it's able to link us up to other Google Workspace tools like Google Sheets, Google Doc, Google Slides and all that, depending on the outputs, right? Depending on the outputs. Hi, Precious. All right, okay. So depending on what we're doing, okay, that will determine the tool that will be integrated. All right. So it can also, Precious, who is speaking, please?
Hello, peace. Hello, peace. Peace, Matthew. Hello.
Oh, my voice is cracking. Really? Is it better now? Hi, Susan. Is it better?
Your voice is okay at my end. Susan, you might want to. Okay, now she can hear you. We can move on.
Okay.
Yeah, she's okay. She's okay.
Sure. All right. Just in case you happen to. Okay. So good. So what I was saying earlier is, some key characteristics of Gemini, some key strengths of Gemini we can do with it. Okay. And I think this also, shows the foundation of what we did yesterday, the analysis we made with Gemini yesterday. For us to be able to do so much analysis with Gemini as compared to, ChatGPT. And also, it's also able to give us real-time web search capabilities. All right. Okay. So this is just a simple use case I want us to do quickly. All right, with Gemini AI. I just want us to, be more open-minded. So this is basically for, visualization. Okay. All right. I would want us to pick any chart of our choice. So I would be picking for my end. Okay. I'm picking for my end. Then we do a quick, analysis. Yeah. All right. So let me share my Gemini with you. Let me share that with you guys. Hey. Just a minute. Share this tab instead. All right. So if you can see my tool, just give a thumbs up. If you can't, I will definitely do something about it. Well, I think we could use some of the visualization from yesterday because we had quite a number. Yeah, I think I downloaded some of them. Let me just quickly look for them. Okay, so let's use this. Yeah, let's use this. Okay, so we're going to tell it that we wanted to extract, we want Gemini, hi, extract data points, okay? Identify trends and anomalies. We putting it together because, yes, and I think I made a promise yesterday that I'm going to share a little knowledge on prompt engineering, okay? I'll do that right after this, okay? So we're going to tell Gemini, hi, we want to extract some data points. We want to identify trends and anomalies. Okay, we wanted to also recreate an editable table. Okay, so table in terms of cells, an Excel Excel table. All right, and also generate insights and recommendations. Let's see how we're going to put that together. Let's do that together. I'm going to share Gemini again. So hi. Oh, hello. Extract some data points. Identify anomalies and trends. What else? Recreate as editable table. Recreate as editable table. And what's the last thing? Generate insights and recommendations, which is very important at the end of every analysis. Okay. And sorry, going back again. And generate. Okay, so based on this chart, just to be clear, so for prompt engineering, anytime you're giving prompts, make sure it has a context. So let's refer it to the chart. Based on the charts attached, please let's be more clear. Let's give it a context based on the charts attached. Extract some data points. Identify anomalies and trends. Okay. Generate recommendations. And insights. Today is more practical, so hope you all have our Gemini 2 ready. So you could upload any chart of your choice, because we're doing a chart analysis. That was supposed to be the last thing we were supposed to do yesterday. Just doing a quick wrap up. All right, based on the charts attached, extract some data points, identify anomalies and trends, recreate as editable table, and generate recommendations and insights. Good. Let's see. See what it gives us. Okay. All right. So, for those of us that don't really understand what extraction is, data point extraction is. So basically, we just wanted it to, pick out a few, features from the charts, give us at least concrete data that was used to create what's that particular visual or visualization. Okay. Yeah. So for someone that probably does not understand your visualization, you could just upload on AI. Okay, I want to see some, some data, extract data from this chart and, let me understand what's going on. All right. Yeah. So, this is open to non-technical people, technical people. All right. Yeah. So the second thing we requested for was identify anomalies and trends. Let's see if they did that. I'm seeing trends here. Okay. So anomalies and areas of concern. Okay. So it was able to identify some anomalies and areas of concern. Anomalies and areas of concern in terms of outliers, in terms of missing values and all that. Okay. Extreme negative outliers in technology. While technology makes the most money, it's minimum to, nearly negative $100. It was able to identify. It was able to identify the furniture's button heavy distribution. It was also able to identify no ceiling of office supplies. So what strategic recommendations does it have? Sometimes the recommendations are for further analysis, okay? Further implementations. So review furniture logistics. Was able to investigate why nearly 40% of furniture sales appear to be near. And also, it gave some analytical questions. Are shipping costs or assembly damages eating the margins? Okay. Also was able to identify scale high-end technology sales and also many other work recommendations. So it further asks that, would you like to generate a summary report based on this data to share with your team? Yes. Yes, I want us to see how detailed the report will be. Yes, create a summary report. So the summarization of every analysis needs to be substituted with a report. Okay? Yes, create a summary report. Okay. The following, you can give a thumbs up. Any questions, I will be free to answer. I'll be willing to answer them. Okay. All right. So let's see what it did. Good. So first of all, it gives the title, what report it is. It's a profitability performance report of which we can agree to because it had to do with profits. Okay. It had to do with profits of different products. Okay. For each category, just so that some of us that are just joining could understand where this is generating from. So it's a profitability performance report, okay, that gives core business segments: furniture, office supplies, and technology. The analysis identifies a clear trade-off between stability and high yield potential, with specific concerns regarding loss-leading transactions in the furniture and technology sector. All right, they identifies or gives an overview of the performance dependent on the recreated data. So it does not have the source data. The data source we had from yesterday, it doesn't have it at this moment. It is referring to the data extraction we made, just so we are clear on that. So don't expect that your AI will automatically link to the source of your data. No, you need to upload it. You need to refer it to that particular data. I hope I'm clear. All right. It goes ahead to give strategic insights. Okay. The high growth engine, the technology, the safety net for office supplies, marginal rates for furniture. It's also able to identify some critical anomalies, which is very, very important. Okay. The action plan, next steps, very, very important. Okay. Okay. And yeah, that's what we need for now. All right. So Gemini has given us quite a number of things we can take note of. Okay, so before I go to Kesa, I want to do something quickly. Okay, I promised I was gonna, say something about prompt engineering. So eventually we would have to understand how to create prompts. Okay, it is not about opening your tool and like, hi, explain AI, hi, explain photosynthesis, hi, explain data analysis. It's every prompt needs to come with a context. It needs to come with clarity. It also has to have constraints, because or else you have feedback that is either you do not need or feedback that goes beyond what you need. All right. So a prompt is an input you give to your AI system. Okay. You give an input to your system and it's able to give you an output. Why do you need to understand prompt engineering? Okay. Hopefully, probably Tech for Dev might organize a session for prompt engineering, hopefully. Okay, but this is the little I can share for now. All right. So why prompt engineering matters? Okay. AI models don't understand intent like humans do. They rely on patterns in the language. So first of all, you upload a customer data. It's able to identify what data you have, and your prompt should relate to whatever source you have uploaded. So if you say, okay, I have attached a customer data. I want you to identify key customer IDs, or I want you to identify locations in which customers, customers that maybe other whatever prompt you are given has a relationship with your web data source. Let it have a pattern. So maybe right after you try to ask for the location, you go further to ask, okay, I do know the location. So what time or what year do our products, perform more? Okay. You're relating it to the data source. You're relating it to your previous, previous inputs. Okay. So right, determine location, determine product, determine performance. What exactly are you relating it to? What is the relationship? Okay. Because when your prompt doesn't have a context, you tend to have so much information that you don't need. So that brings us to the core principles of prompt engineering. Your prompt should be clear. You should be clear. Your prompt should have a context. What context are you, what context are you creating? What context are you, trying to show or trying to, relate to your data source? What are the constraints of whatever prompt you're given? So probably you're saying that this is relating to customers that's order from 2016 to 2017. Okay. No, just something like you can also tell it that, okay, do not give feedback or do not look at inputs from year 2015 or 2014. You are being precise on 2016, 2017. Therefore, he doesn't generate inputs from 2015 and 2014. Okay, so that's it for prompt engineering. All right, so another tool that we're going to make good use of is Cursor IDE. And I made mention that Cursor IDE is a code editor. For those of us who have used tools like Visual Studio Code, it looks very similar to Visual Studio Code. All right, so I'm going to share how you would have access to Cursor. Yeah, so it's downloadable. All you need is a setup. You need a setup. Once you load your setup, you'll be asked to give permission, to access your files and your folders and all that. So let's go to our browser. I'm going to share this instead. So let's go to our browser and type in Cursor. So I have Cursor downloaded. So there'll be a point where I may or may not continue. So once you open Cursor, all right, clarity, context, constraint, good. All right, so any questions, feel free to drop it in the comment section. Okay, so Cursor, the best way to code, step that. So since it's going to be a setup, it's all supposed to be a setup. This is not supposed to be what we need. Yeah, it's going to be a setup. Let's try again. This is not what I need. I don't know why it's giving me this. Just a minute. All right. So Cursor download. Let's do it that way. Yeah, it's best you download it. The accessibility. Yeah, it's better. It's better that way. So let's download it instead. Yeah. So download. So since I'm using Windows, you're using Mac OS. Setup for Mac OS. It's just here. It's beneath. Mac OS, Windows, Linux. So because I'm using, oh, sorry, you couldn't see my screen. Okay, so because I'm using, so let's go back again. You tap in Cursor download, then you tap Cursor download. You can see my screen. Please give me a thumbs up. Yeah. Okay. All right. So since we are, I want to be sure I'm sharing. Okay. Thank you. So download for Windows. So you download. I already have the setup. I have like three already. Oh, okay. So this is how it's going to download. Okay. So downloading for the sake of this presentation. So once it's downloading, it's 179 megabytes. Yeah, 75 to 79. I don't know. Yeah. So once it's done downloading, it's going to ask you a few questions. So let's wait also downloads depending on the the bandwidth of your data. Yeah, depending on the bandwidth. Okay, see. All right, it's almost done. Wait. Okay, but before I mean,
Debbie, we can't see your screen.
oh, so sorry. I was actually asking if you can see my screen. Sorry, I was asking. Sorry about that. Okay, let's see. Share. Is it okay now? So it's actually downloading.
Yeah,
The
I
setup
can
is
see it now.
downloading. Yeah. Mm. Thank you, Precious. Thank you. Okay, so Cursor is downloaded successfully. All right, let's wait a little bit. Okay, so this is what we're going to be using Cursor for, just to clarify. Okay, so let me do a quick review, just a quick review. So Cursor is supported with an AI agent, okay, that helps you to finish up with your analysis. So if you started with data cleaning, okay, it can finish up with feature engineering, and it can also finish up with the data visualization. So let me quickly explain, okay, what I explained data cleaning. Eventually is preparing your raw data to make it usable. All right, handling your missing values, removing duplicates, correcting inconsistent data, and all that. When you come to feature engineering, it has to do with writing code from your existing data, using models that make your input smarter. All right, so that's where we will be selecting, different machine learning models. You would have a view of it. Okay, and this is depending on your tokens. Kesa also has tokens, or okay, it has tokens, but I would say, if you're clear on your prompts, you're clear on the context of what you're putting in there, you would have your answer within the next 2-3 minutes, roughly 2-3 minutes. Your analysis is done. Yeah. So from feature engineering, we are able to do visualization, generate our charts, our graphs, do our plotting, help see patterns in our data, and so on and so forth. This also makes it, make our insights very clear. Visualizations make our insight very clear, communicable to, non-technical people, stakeholders, shareholders, and all that. Good. And this is being supported. Eventually you will be seeing some of the libraries, Python libraries I discussed yesterday. And I remember saying that these Python libraries help give structure to your data sets. Okay, so you do not see, once you upload, I'll be showing that once you upload your file, your CSV file to any code editor, it will not automatically appear the way it appears on an Excel sheet. You would need a Python library for it to appear in a very structurable way, just so that you can finish up with your analysis. All right, so let's go to Cursor. It's officially downloaded. Yeah, so it's downloaded here. I have it on my downloads. Good. So I'm going to open it, my file manager. Yeah, so it's opened already. So it's here. It's currently here. Okay, so when you tap on your setup, it's going to ask you, do you want to accept an agreement? You for security reasons, you can read, you can read all that, check the terms of services and all that. You can also, just a minute, let's go back so that we can, you can check the terms and services just to be sure what you're downloading. All right. Before you accept any condition. Let me share this instead. So you can review the privacy policies for security reasons. If you can see my screen, please give a thumbs up. If you can't, I would work on it. All right. Can we see? My voice is okay. You can't see my screen. All right. So I was saying that for security reasons, you can check the terms of service. You can also check the privacy policy. Okay. Let me reopen it again. It will make it. Yes, I'm exiting this. Let me do it again. I'm going to do it again. So once you tap on, sorry, just a minute. Let me share my entire window. That will help because it seems some of us can't see. So let me share my whole window. It makes it easier. Yeah. Sorry. My entire screen instead. Yeah, okay. So what I was saying was, it's good to check the terms and services, privacy policy before you download any tool, which is very advisable. All right, that's what I was saying. So we're going to go back to the setup, which I've downloaded already. We're going to accept agreements, and next, do you want to make it a desktop icon? Feel free to do that. If not, continue and ready to install. I already have it, so I won't install. All right, thank you very much. Okay, so since I have Cursor already on my, desktop, I'm going to open it quickly. Let's close this. So it's going to pop up very soon. Let's get ready. All right, if you've been able to download it, if you're having issues, I can freely go over again. Yeah. Okay. All right, so it's ready. Let's see. So bear in mind that we are going to be using the same CSV files we used yesterday. I can upload files again in the chats. All right, hear me, please give me thumbs up. I'm going to upload data again. So this is the first one and the second one. Yeah. Okay, upload the first one. I'm uploading the second one again. The others, yeah. Okay. So it's been uploaded, and please follow us if you have downloaded Cursor. All right. So for newbies, so this is, if you're new to Cursor, this is just something old that I did. The agent is right here. The AI agent, is right here. Okay, and this is where you have your editor space. Okay, and these are files. All right, I have already done an analysis here, but I'm not going to use that. So the first thing you do when you download Cursor, this is what you do first. First of all, you're supposed to create a folder. So Cursor works with folders, just like you will be able to upload folders on other code editors like Visual Studio Code, and so on. C++, those of us who have done C++ before, Java. I'm using those programming languages because, for students and all that coming up, studying IT, computer science and all that. So it's best you create a folder. So we are going to create a quick folder here. So I'm going to create a folder. So let's call it customer Customer, is it customer analysis? Let's just start. Customer analysis. All right. So since we have a folder here, mostly I do create it in my local disk just so that it will be easy for me, you know. It's quite difficult accessing, just going up and saying, okay, I'm uploading directly from my downloads. You can just create it on your local disk. That's very much advisable. Do that on your local disk. Let's do it here as well. So customer analysis, we have it, we are good. So let's delete from desktop for less confusion. So now I've created our folder. Let's go back to Cursor and upload our folder or open our folder. So customer analysis, select. Great. So it opens a very new window, you know. So here we have customer analysis. So we have icons here that helps us add new folders, new file, and all that. All right. So let's create a file for data cleaning. Data cleaning. Data cleaning.py. So bear in mind that we are coding in Python. We are coding in Python. We're generating Python scripts. Okay. Today we are going to be going into, you know, more of the programming. So today we are generating Python scripts using Cursor. I made mention yesterday that there are two different ways. You can choose to go with, you know, the raw analysis of what are the missing values, outliers, you know, using support of AI tools. You can also ask it to generate Python scripts based on the data given, you know, tell it to do data cleaning, feature engineering and all that. And it will give you everything in just a few lines of Python, you know, Python code or scripts, okay? All right, so we are creating a file for feature engineering, data cleaning, feature engineering. I explained them earlier. I will do an explanation again if need be. And also we want to create a folder. The reason why we're creating a folder is we do not want our visualizations to, you know, dance around. It will definitely see the folder and know that, okay, that is where it needs to be stored. So every visualization will be found in the data visualization work folder. Okay, so now let's give it a prompt with the support. So let's just explore Cursor with the support of the AI agents. So now, first of all, I want us to understand that it comes with different models. So currently we are using the what's the word? Default. Yeah. We are using the default model, you know, currently, but we are allowed to pick other models. Most of them are not free. Please keep in mind that most of them aren't actually free. Okay, it's default because I mean we want to explore before we say okay, we want to pay. All right, that is why. So currently we are using the default model. Okay, there's no problem using the default model. It comes, as you can see, balance, quality, speed, recommended for most tasks. So what do we want to, you know, let's go back. What do we want to do? What's the main goal? The main goal is to do a data cleaning or create a data cleaning pipeline, generate feature engineering codes, and also visualization scripts. So how best can we also do a visualization? Tell us that, okay, convert the script into figures that are downloadable. You do not want to be showing scripts, Python scripts to an untechnical person. You would want to show visuals. You would want your, oh, my voice is breaking. Please rejoin. Please rejoin. Kindly rejoin if my voice is breaking. Okay, I would explain that again. All right, just a minute. Just a minute. Okay. So for those of us that are new to KESA, or those of us that are new to the terms in data analysis, feature engineering is basically trying to understand your data further in terms of extraction, data in terms of data extraction. What type do you what particular data do you want to analyze? What particular column rows you want to analyze? Probably you want to create new columns. That's where feature engineering comes in. Also, maybe you want to create more categories. That's where data engineering comes in. Obviously, with the help of our machine learning models like GPT, Claude, and the rest. I hope I'm clear. Please thumbs up if you can hear me clearly and you're good. Yeah, I think who asked that question? All right. So now we are clear. Hello, after downloading KESA, it tells me to log in, but I do not have an account. It refuses to sign me up. Okay. Interesting. Did you download or you just use it directly from the browser? So there are two different things you might be seeing. It's advisable to download the setup. So when you tap on KESA download, after KESA download, it would ask you to download based on what you're using. So I'm going to share again. Sure, some of us can see. I'm going to share again. So let's do this together. So KESA download, let's type in KESA download. After that, it gives you KESA download. You tap on it. When you tap on it, it's going to ask you, do you want to download in Windows, Mac OS, or that you download based on your preferred OS or the OS you're currently using. So once you download, it's going to automatically download a setup. So I have the setup, I'm going to download again. But once you click on the setup, okay, it's currently running. So currently I have KESA running, so it's not going to open. I'm going to close it and open it again for the sake of that. So I'm going to open it again. So let's open it again. So once you open it, it's going to ask you, do you want to accept agreement that you've reviewed, the terms and services, privacy policies? Hi, if you're following, instead of KESA, can I use VS Code since I already have? Yes, you can. So yes, you can actually use VS Code. But the thing is, we are actually trying to leverage on AI in our analysis. That is probably why we are using KESA. Okay, it is not because we don't know how to use VS Code. It's because we're trying to utilize the AI agent, AI models. It's what it gives, it provides. Am I clear? Okay, thank you. All right, so let's get back to it. All right, so probably you want to review the privacy policies, go ahead too. If you don't want to, just go ahead to accept agreement and it would download. You see it pop up beneath your screen. All right, so are we good? Are we good? All right, downloaded, good. Okay, I'm going to open up KESA again and go through the process of creating a folder. So I told you earlier that KESA works with folders. Okay, you're supposed to create.
Hello.
Hi.
We can't see your screen, please.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that. Don't worry.
Sure.
Okay. No worry at all. Okay. So yeah, so let's go back. Let's go back to KESA. All right. So I said KESA works with folders. So we want to create a folder where all our Python scripts can be stored, where whatever visuals are being generated can be stored. Yeah. So we did that. We did that in our file manager. As we're using our local, we're storing it locally. Yeah, advisable to store it locally. So we store it locally where we have customer analysis right here. Yeah, we have it right here. Okay, so we upload since it's already, so this is how to upload. You go to file, you open your folder, you select your folder customer analysis, and you select it. Obviously it's uploaded on your your code editor. All right, so I was saying earlier that it's supported with an AI agent and comes with different models. Currently it is in the default model for now, which is okay because most of the models are, it has limited tokens. But I said that if you are able to give a clear context, all right, of what you're doing, of what you're doing, within the next 3 to 5 minutes, you have your analysis well, provided. Yeah. So let's go into what we need to do quickly. So since we are doing data cleaning, we are going to tell it, okay, do so first of all, sorry, I skipped the part where we needed to upload our customer data. So if you have your customer data downloaded, just copy. Oh, sorry. Copy. Okay, customer analysis. Oh no, this is the old one. Okay. Sorry, this is. So paste it. Didn't I copy? I did. Let's do it again. So you go to customer analysis, then you paste. Great. So what other data do we want to would we be using? Order, copy, and back to our local disk, customer analysis, and paste. Great. So eventually whatever we have here will be seen on our code editor. Yes, sir. So we're going to tell it to do data analysis. I already have the prompt here. Those of us that want prompts, I have it here. So here is the CSV file for data analysis. Load the file, do some statistics in EDA for each column using Python, put the results in a markdown file. If you made figures, put it in a figures folder. Figures folder is what we created, our data visualization folder, where it's going to store every visualization in PNG file. All right, and it's going to be very accessible to us. So do not be confused by what you see in here. Do some statistics, EDA. It's going to be very much involved in our feature engineering and data cleaning. Don't forget that EDAs are mainly examining, understanding, extraction, cleaning, merging, all that is done in our exploratory data analysis. All right, so for the sake of this presentation, I'm going to tell it. Okay. Sorry, just a minute. For the sake of the presentation, let's just sure. All right, so do a data analysis. Okay, here's the CSV file for data analysis, do some statistics and EDA for each column using Python, put the results in a Markdown file. For those of us who are new to Markdown, so it's mainly a file that explains every step of our analysis. So anyone that is new to, a programming language like Python, read through your Markdown file and is able to get the lowdown of what the analysis make. Okay. Or you can also choose to comment per every line of, per every line of code, which can be tedious. So you can just tell it, put the results, okay, whatever output it gave you, put it in a Markdown file, just so that I can go there, read through, understand whatever it has done, understand whatever it has generated. Let me check the comments. If there's any comments I need to read or something. Let's see. Kindly share the prompts. Okay. I have downloaded and it's asking me to sign up or log in. Please, all right, if it's asking you to sign up, then you probably have to use your Gmail. So use your Gmail to sign up. If it gives you that, do well to use your Gmail to sign up. Hi, Sophie. Use your Gmail to sign up. Okay, let's go back. So here's your CSV file, blah, 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 do that. So descriptive analysis, descriptive statistics, okay, mainly because we're dealing with numbers, okay? And let's be specific on the CSV file. Are we doing it for the customer CSV file, or are we doing it for our, customer CSV file? So let's be more specific. So here is the customer CSV file. No, not switching anything. Or let's say that's best, using the customer CSV file. Using the customer CSV file. All right, for data analysis, load the file. All right, load the file, do some statistics and EDA for each column using Python, put the results in a Markdown file. Okay, if you made any folder, put them in the data visualization folder. Okay, put it in the data visualization folder. Okay. Yeah, I think we are good. Okay, let's see. As if my tokens are not finished. Hopefully, I have enough tokens. Okay, hopefully. Yeah. All right, let's see. So based on, currently we are using a default model. So, it's not really specific on what model we are using. Okay. So for those of us who are expecting to see GPT, all those things are very, very much available here to select from. But currently we are using the defaults because we do not want to, we don't want to be stuck along the way trying to figure out how to get, the paid version and all that. Yeah. All right. So it says I will load the customer CSV file, generate the column statistics and EDA including ports, and save the Markdown reports in the projects and store any figures in the data visualization folder. First, I'll quickly inspect the CSV file and list the project directory. Okay, then I will add a Python script to run the analysis and execute it. Fair enough. Let's see what it gives us. You could time yourself too. I mean, I said it's going to happen in the next 3 to 5 minutes, which I think is too much though. Sometimes you could time yourself. All right. Just so you know that you're on the right track. So there's also a button to review, stop, probably gets to a point where you're like, okay, you have what you need. You can tell it to halt for a while. Okay, so let's see what it has done for us. Let's see, customer EDA. Good. So here, give a structure based on we dealing with plots, graphs that have to do with plots. All right. It also gave a path. So since we need the path of, our CSV files, was able to import the Python library for that. Okay. What else? Was able to generate so when you see MD is a README file. It's basically it's still an overview of whatever your analysis is about. So don't be scared by all this. It's just for, documentation processes and all that. So created a markdown file using a data type data frame, okay, for many reasons. For those of us who are not familiar, you can read through just to understand, okay? Understanding, since we are trying to understand our data, it's best to understand too. All right, so that didn't take so much time, did it? Okay, so it's able to highlight some of our data, highlight our data sets. Okay, it's also able to identify the columns, in tables, also able to, do descriptive statistics since you're dealing with numbers, which I explained yesterday. All right, so it also explains the different, it also gives us input on the different visualizations we have. We have an histogram, and also what do we have? We have, an histogram with different categories. All right, a bar chart. All right, and so on and so forth. Okay, let's see. Let's see what other file it generated for us. Do we have anything here? No, we don't. Okay, so this is an overview, a markdown file that explains the analysis it has what done. So the rows, the columns, it gives an overview on the columns, the top categories, what segments. Do we have null values? Yes, we have. No, we don't have null values. All right, we don't have missing values. We have some unique values. What are some of the top categories mentioned? Yeah, category distributions and all that. Okay, so basically this explains whatever analysis it has what done. So you don't understand, you can tell it to go over again, do this properly based on a few columns, okay, a few rows, maybe deal with the first 5 rows and columns from the data sets, just so you understand. So let's go to the visualization. Before that, let me go to the comment section. Let me check if there are other questions for me. Hi guys, I can't see the markdown reports. Oh, why can't you? The markdown report is here. This is it. It's here. This is the markdown reports. Precious, can you see the markdown reports? I could share it, I mean, but it's best we do it ourselves, all right, just so that we can edit, play around with the agents, the AI agents. All right, so thumbs up if I can move on, or else I would have to take questions, but we still have one more tool to explore. You mentioned if you have enough tokens, what are the implications of the tokens? Okay, so because you have more, every account has a number of tokens, okay, since we are probably starting with the free trial. All right, so if you use everything the tokens, but it's also based on the model. Suppose, for instance, a large language model. How long can you go with your prompts? Okay, how long can you go with Sonnet? How long can you go with GPT? How long can you go with Gemini? Well, it really depends on how much tokens they give you based, since you're using a free trial. All right. So if you are not, if at a point you start with it and you can't continue, I mean, that means you would probably have to wait. You have to use you have to use a new Gmail account. And I think that's very tedious because um you've used one account already to do your analysis and you're using another account. There is no relationship. You can't link them, through the accounts. That's not possible. Yeah, so it's best you're very clear on your prompts, you know what you really want to do before you even say you want to use the AI agents. Okay, I don't know if I answered you, but that's how best I can answer. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right, so let's continue. So I think for now we have our statistics. So our statistics was very much involved in our EDA. Okay, since we had to do with numbers. I wouldn't want to go line by line because most of us are not proficient. I mean, some of us here might not be proficient in Python, but it's best we learn just so that we can explore. So let's go ahead to analyze our data visualization. So it decided, I mean, we didn't give it specific columns it should use, specific data it should use. I mean, you just told it to do some statistics, generate some visualizations, you can use for your reports. And it did well to generate top categories for by regions, okay? And it also did well to identify the postal codes, all right, frequency, what are the distributions. So this, I would say that so most of the times, or it's very advisable that your visualization have labels. Okay, it helps whoever is reading to best identify. Okay, what are you linking this to? What is this doing? It's best to add labels. Without your labels, I mean, it doesn't really show a clear visual. It also did well to identify the top categories for segments. So you have your segments, you have your, different categories and all that, so forth. So if we also take a very clear look at it, every figure was stored in the data visualization file because it was included in our prompts. So is how clear your prompt is, that's how clear your output will be. I can see it now. Okay, the best strategy is to learn better prompting technique in order to get quick results using few tokens. Yeah. Okay. So are there other further questions? How is this affecting the job market for data analysts? So all these questions to be answered later. We have at least 2 more tools to explore. So I'm not going to waste so much time on this. If you still have problems with downloading Kesa, feel free to watch videos in relation to Kesa IDE, all right, which I'm sure you further enjoy. But regardless of that, I am here. Oh, you're lost. Hi, Florence. So what's going on? Yeah. Are you lost because you're seeing a lot of scripts? Or are you lost because you can't download Kesa? Or are you lost because you don't understand the output? There are many reasons why you can be lost. Oh, you just joined. I'm so sorry about that. So, well, the recording will be available, hopefully. All right, but so far we've been able to, go through how to leverage tools like Kesa, all right, Kesa in data analysis. We've also learned different utilizations of or different capabilities of Gemini AI, of which we did not do yesterday. And what else? I think basically that's what we've done so far. Yeah. So let's go on to the next two. So the next two will be using next two. Okay. Oh, I gave assignment. Yeah. Okay, so I mean you could do it. It will really help, since we've covered a couple of things from day one. You could do well to take any data sets. And let me just for the sake of this this masterclass, I'm going to share a few sources, places we can get data sets here. So Kaggle.com, we have Kaggle. I do go with Kaggle most of the times, but there are others as well. You can find some from GitHub. GitHub is also an open source, platform where you can find any data set of your choice. So since probably we are dealing with customer data, you can ask for customer data. You can ask for e-commerce. You can ask for, it has a wide range of data sets you can utilize. Many you can utilize from. So if you want to download the data set, very simple. See a download button here. Yeah, feel free to click on download and you have your data sets ready. So for those of us that want to explore further, you can use Kaggle.com or Kaggle. Yeah, Kaggle. Yeah. All right. Okay. So let's go to our presentation. What we'll be doing further today. So this is another amazing tool, Notebook LM. Notebook LM is a no-code analysis tool. You're doing analysis, but you're not coding. You're not seeing scripts, you're not seeing libraries. You're not seeing anything that had to do with programming. All you're seeing is words, all right? And just to be clear, Notebook LM is a natural language model. Therefore, it deals with natural language. Okay? It deals with natural language. So you can use it for research, you can use it for reporting, okay, and so on and so forth. You can convert your summaries, you can do audio overviews, all right? You can ask further questions and all that. All right, so I've basically mentioned the key features already in a few words, but for emphasis, you can also do citation, a brief generation. You have a quick presentation, you want to do a quick summary on a whole book that is, a book that is probably like 200 pages, 300 pages, 600 pages. Notebook LLM is best because it deep dives into natural languages, okay, or language. All right, so what is the workflow of Notebook LM? Please, it's Notebook LM, not Notebook LLM. I'll edit that right away. Yeah, Notebook LM, not Notebook LLM. That's just an error. So Notebook LM, what's the workflow? So you upload your documents, paste your text, your Google Doc, your website link, all that. You create a new notebook, you ask a few questions across the sources of your documents, and you're also able to generate study guides, timelines, brief documents. You can export them. So if you want to, yeah. So now let's go to a browser, Notebook LM. Notebook LM. Notebook LM, you can also access it from Gemini. There's a link between that because they're all, Google Workspace tools. Yeah, they are all free tools from Google. So let's try Notebook LLM. All right. So the workflow, you create a notebook, you upload your data set, but let's really understand it. I told you it works with natural language. So meaning we can't just upload our data sets. We need to convert it to a natural language. And how do we do that? Just a minute. Catch my breath. Just a minute. Right. Let me check if there's a question. Oh, you're still having problems joining? Okay, well, you still having issues? Oh, so sorry. What issue are you having? Can put it in the chat. I would help if I can. I mean, I can help. Yeah, so say I can help. Okay, so let's go back to Notebook LM. So yeah, I was saying that for you to be able to explore, better utilize Notebook LM, is best you upload natural language, text, paragraphs, essays, books, and all that it can understand, since it's what natural language, or it's a natural language model. So now you have your data sets in columns, rows, numbers, and all that. How do you do that? Let's use our favorite tool. I mean, my first favorite tool, AI tool, which is ChatGPT. So we are going to be using ChatGPT to do the conversion into natural language. ChatGPT. Let's go to ChatGPT. All right, ChatGPT. I have so many tabs opened. Let me close this. Okay. So ChatGPT. Good. All right. Since we want to convert our data set, we're going to upload our data sets. Okay. All right. Let me check the charts. Following. If you have further questions, do you need to sign in before? Yeah. Yes, obviously sign up. If you're new, you sign up. Downloading the setup does not need you to sign in again. Obviously, you have it on your desktop, so you don't need to sign in again. All you need to open it, and it's good. You have it. Yeah. Can you also use Copilot for this? We can explore both. I advise you use ChatGPT because am I good? So that's why I explained generative AI, I explained natural language modeling, I explained machine learning models, why we don't use certain AI tools, because the models that back them, it's telling you to sign in. Whoa, why? Have you used it before? Have you used the Cursor before? If you've used it before, you can just sign in with your Gmail. Sign in with your Gmail. Let's try that. Sign in with your Gmail. Let's see if it works. All right. So Copilot, from what I know, Copilot works mostly with text generation. Yeah, text generation. The model behind it supports text generation. So I think you could try that as well. Yeah, try that as well. But don't forget that your input determines your output. If you have a clear context, it's giving you +1 to enter. Oh, why is it doing that? Oh, so sorry. Well, I don't know. Should I go over again? Should I go over? I don't know, but uh, probably go over. Okay, so maybe you did not click download. You did click sign in. We are not signing in directly from the browser. We want to download just so it's very accessible to us offline on our desktop. So please, if you click sign in, I don't know why you did that, but it's very much advisable you download the setup so you can have it on your desktop. Okay, so do you have the setup? If you probably have the setup, it will be easy. You downloaded it. Wow. And when you click the setup, what happened? You downloaded it. Well, it had me to sign in also. Why? Interesting. Did you? Okay. Well, let me go through the sign up again. Let me go through the setup again. Okay. Just so it'll be easy for us. So you open the setup. I have it running. Let me close it. Okay. So I have my setup here. It asks me to accept agreement. I do accept. Next. Do this. All right. Install. I already have it. But because of the 6, I will install it again. So I'm installing. Let's see. Yeah, hopefully we have enough time to go through the last 2. Then we do a practical work on all the tools used so far from the masterclass. Okay. Yeah. My God. All right. Let's see. I want to see where the problem is. That's why I'm doing all this. Yeah. Then I tend to continue and it's opened. Oh, you're all having the same problem. I did use Gmail and connected it to GitHub. Yeah. With that, you can do that, but that's a feather. That's something we wouldn't want to go into today. Yeah. Connecting to GitHub and all that takes a lot. So let's see if it's done. Oh, okay, good, it's done. So finish. So I'm trying to download it for those of us who need to it. Okay, let's see. Let's see what happens. So it's gonna pop up soon. Pretty soon. Just wait for a minute. Okay, yeah, it's opened. So I don't see sign in yet. But let's see. I don't have any sign in here. Oh, I don't have it. So I don't know why it's giving you sign in. But what you could do, oh, I could sign out. So let me, yeah, I could probably sign out. Let me see. Sign out. Let me log out. So yeah. I'm logging out. I don't know, it's taking time. Okay, logged out. I've logged out, logged out, logged out, logged out, logged out, logged out. So I'm logging out so that I'll see what we are facing. If you're having any problems. Okay, so it's saying login again, but I'm not going to log in directly from here. I'm going to do something. So cursor, sign in. I want to see what we are facing. I just want to understand. I just want to understand what we are facing. All sets. Okay, so currently I am signed in with this account. It's asking me to download, which is very much advisable. I'm going to log out here as well. Yeah, so I'm going to sign in. I want to see what will happen. Good. So I don't know, is this what we are seeing? Is this what we are seeing? Are we seeing something like this? Just so I explain further, because I don't know what we are seeing. What are we seeing currently? Yes, okay, that's what you are seeing currently. Okay. So if you're seeing this currently, you continue with your Google. Good. So I'm using the first email. I have quite a number of emails. All right. Okay. So if you are seeing this, please, this is not what we want. We're not doing this. We have nothing to do with this. Okay. We are using the free plan. Yeah. But because I said that we are using the free version, just go to agents. Yeah. Go back to agents. But currently we are not using the web version. We should be using the desktop version. Okay, so please, if this is what you have, this is not what we need. This is not what we want. You were supposed to have typed on here's a download. All right, please don't do that. Let's do this directly. You click on Cursor download. You download your setup. Please don't click sign in. Download your setup. When you download it, after downloading it, then you are going to agree. After agreeing to it, agreeing to, have reviewed the privacy policies and the others, then you finish up with your download. Hopefully I have it already, so I wouldn't want to download again. So once you have your setup opened, it will ask you, do you want to accept agreement? Yes, I want to. Then if you want to create a desktop icon so it stays at beneath your desktop, fine, you can do that. Next, it asks you want to install, then you install. Right, so I don't need this now. I don't need this. Let me see. But couldn't access similar dashboard to yours. Okay, so you don't need a dashboard. Okay, we don't want to see that. We don't want to see what we saw right now. So just go back to your browser, type in Cursor download. Once you type in Cursor download, you click on it, you download the setup. Once you download the setup, it asks you a few questions. You type on the setup, it asks you a few questions. After asking you a few questions, then you install. So you will have it on your desktop anytime you want it. All right. I hope I'm clear. Okay, so let's go to our final tool, please, for analysis. So we're going to be using Notebook LM, which is a natural language model. As I said earlier, can do a lot of things, generate audios, videos, mind maps, reports, flashcards, infographics, slash visuals, data tables, slide decks, and all that. Since it is a natural language model, we would have to convert our data set to a natural language it can understand. All right. And we're going to be doing that with ChatGPT. Yeah. We're going to be doing that with ChatGPT. All right, so good. So this is what we're going to be doing with our customer data. Thumbs up if we are following. I don't want to believe we are following, please. Are we following? Thumbs up, thumbs up. Yeah, thank you. All right, good. So now let's go to our ChatGPT. ChatGPT, where is it? Good. So you upload it. Then what do we do next? Since we have a prompt, let's follow it. So now, the first thing you're going to tell it, convert the data set attached into paragraphs. Convert data set attached into paragraphs. Yeah. Convert your data set. Sorry, convert data sets attached into paragraphs. Okay. Okay, into paragraphs. So let's see. If you're following, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. So is there any comments for me? Oh, you're not following. What's going on? Who is that? What's going on? I should increase my audio. I'm lost in the notebook LLM. Oh, okay. So basically what I was saying is we using notebook LM, sorry, not LLM, LM, which is, so notebook LM is a natural language model for, deep dive analysis into your reports, generates reports for you, helps you to deep dive into your research, okay? Deep analysis, all right? Okay, using notebook LM. All right. Okay, that's basically what we're doing. Okay. Oh, okay, natural language models. Okay, so those natural language models are example for notebook LM. It helps you to generate reports. It helps you to generate mind maps. So they mainly have to do with text generation. Okay. They mainly have to do with text generation. Yeah. Text generation. Yeah. All right. So are we good? Natural language, they mainly have to do with text generation. All right, so can I continue? Are we good with Notebook LM? Just go to your browser. Please, do I say that Gemini, ChatGPT, and Kesa do the same? Oh, well, they have a core function. And the core function is basically they're helping you to do an analysis, okay? They're helping you to do analysis, yes. But they all have they all have their main functions. So Gemini can help you generate um your help you with your data extraction, help you with your data cleaning, help you with your merging, Probably ChatGPT can do same, but the truth is ChatGPT has a limit with its analysis. Just try this out. Upload. I don't want to do anything. I don't want anything to pull us back. Okay, but do this. Upload a data set in ChatGPT. Tell it to help you generate summary tables. Okay, when you're done, then tell it again to help you generate the first 5 rows and 5 rows and 5 columns. Form your data. It gets to a point and tells you, I have reached the optimum of my data analysis. You don't want to see that, right? Good. And it has limited tokens, so that's what it can do. Gemini has 1 million Nova, tokens. All right. Let's also look at the tokens as well when we are trying to do that. Okay. Notebook LM is also the core function analysis, but with that, it goes deeper into creating roadmaps, generating audio, generating videos, okay, from your, data, okay? Yeah. Is it an application? Well, it's a tool. You don't really have to download it, do you? I didn't download. I didn't have to download. I don't know why you're downloading. I personally don't download it. I just use it. I use it online. I don't have to download it. Let's see. I've not thought of downloading it before. But if there's a download version, why not? Feel free, download. But sometimes we are trying to, we don't want to, you don't want this tool to take so much space on our, devices. So you can just stick to using the web version. I mean, they all work the same. Okay. They all work the same. Yeah. Desktop version, web version, they all work the same. They all work the same. Okay, let's continue. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, let's continue. Where was I? Yeah. GPT. Let's see what it has for us. Let's go back. All right, so our data set has been converted into paragraphs. Did we think it could do this? Personally, I think it has done a good job to be able to convert, because sincerely, Gemini can't give as much as it has given us. So you see, there's a limit to whatever tool you use it. I tried Gemini. Gemini didn't give me what I wanted. When I came to ChatGPT, I was able to give me my data set in paragraphs. It emphasized so much more, on key points, key data points, in the data set. So it's advisable when you are converting your data set, use ChatGPT. Okay, they all come with different models. So it's best you know what you are using at a particular level of your analysis. It's best you know what you're using. Sorry if my voice was far. I was trying to catch my breath. Okay, Mom, do you just say that we may not have a need to download? Oh yeah, you don't really have to download it. You don't. Even if you open your Gmail, no, I didn't want to do this, but let me hide. So look down here, you know that you can find it here. You know that you can find it in Workspace. So you don't have to necessarily download. Please, it's a very much accessible. You don't have to download it. Please, you don't. There's no need to download. It's very much accessible. You come to Gemini. It's also accessible here. Very, very much accessible. Everywhere. Yeah. So you're uploading a notebook from Notebook LM. So it should be a notebook that has already been uploaded on Notebook LM before you can, upload and, create a relationship between your notebook and Gemini. Yeah. So I think we can continue. Don't want us to talk so much here. So now we've been able to convert our data set into paragraphs, So now let's copy this. Let's copy. Let me check the comments. Wow, I just saw it. Thanks a lot. Thank you too. Yeah. Possible. So now let's go to Notebook LLM. So first of all, the first thing you do is to convert. Yeah. Use ChatGPT to do the conversion. You have an option to use Python script. Okay, you can tell ChatGPT generate a Python script to do my conversion. Should we try that? Let me try. Let's do that. I want us to be eager to learn Python. Yeah, it makes things very simple for us, sincerely speaking. Sincerely. I want us to try that. And we go through it too. You don't just have to copy the voila, you've copied. Let's go through it as well. Go through our script. Yeah, must do. Good. Let's see. So it says it has loaded the CSV dataset. Great. Calculate totals and distributions. Yes, very important. Hey, it hasn't even finished and it's already telling us that we have a limited plan. Yeah, so that's what ChatGPT has done to us, So convert the analysis into a readable paragraph text of which we want. Great. Brings the final summary. Loads. That's basic counts. That's the segmentation generated. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. We don't need that again. We don't need that again. So let's just copy what we had earlier, our paragraphs, to our notebook LM. Okay. So what you do is create a new notebook. Yeah. Okay. So what name should we give our notebook? What? I'm not asking you for this. So customer analysis. Yeah, so we want to add a source. That is our data. We have to upload it from here. So what are we using? We are using customers, right? So let's do that. So let's see, analyzing, see what it's doing. So once you upload the source, it begins to analyze. Yeah, let's keep that in mind. Yeah, so let's see what happens. Let me go through the comments. Any questions for me? No questions. Okay, that's fine. Any questions? Drop them down. Let's talk about it. Okay. Let's see what happens. Taking time. It also depend on the internet as well. I mean, and how huge your data set is. I mean, first of all, how huge it is. Let's see. Still loading. All right, so whilst it's loading, let's go to other, contexts. Okay. All right. So you click on your notebook, upload your converted data set. Whoa, I see the problem. So there was something we did wrongly. So we were supposed to copy our converted paragraphs. Oh, why did I forget that? I'm supposed to copy it into a Google Doc, then upload it. That's probably why it's taking time. So I think I'm thankful if we did that, because I wouldn't have understood why it was taking so much. So let's do that quickly. My God, sorry about that. All right. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, why are you lost? Why are you lost? Don't be. What we are doing now is a deep dive analysis, okay? Into a deep dive data analysis notebook LM, okay? And for those of us who do like to do in-depth insights, let's not forget that whichever tool you are using has a call function. Okay, so the call function of notebook LM to generate, insights, deep insights like mind maps, gives you insight like videos, audios from whatever data you feed it. Okay, based by man, just upload your Excel file and expect it to generate an audio, video. No, you don't want that. Yeah, you don't want it taking so much time like it just did. So let's do it quickly, please. All right. So let's go copy again. Wondering why it was taking so much time. You don't need this. Yeah. So what do we do? Summary. Should we call it summary? So let's just give it summary here. Then we save it in PDF, or you can save it in doc, depending on you. Yeah, I prefer PDF. Yeah, I prefer PDF. Good. So let's go back to Notebook LM. Upload source. Okay, let's see. See what happens here. See. See what happens. Let's hope it doesn't take so much time. I don't know why it's taking time. I mean, we are using a free version too, so you don't really expect that, the high speed. I thought we renamed this. Let me rename it quickly. Why is it taking time? Oh, it's gonna take time. No. Okay, so what did it do? Okay. It understood the language, it understood the context, all right, and it was able to give us a deeper overview of the summary, the conversion we had from ChatGPT. So it says the provided document details a comprehensive dataset comprises of 4,910 unique client records. So you look at this, it's quite shorter as compared to what ChatGPT gave us. Okay, and it's it hit the nail on the head. The information is organized to facilitate regional and demographics analysis by tracking specific geographic variables, blah blah blah. According to the text, the consumer segments represent the largest portion of the population, followed by the corporate and home office categories, while it data spans to 49 states. There is a notable concentration of activity in the West and East region. Very clear. Ultimately, the source serves as a structural overview of market distribution, customer analysis. So let's do it. I just want us to understand why we are using Notebook LM. So let's do a conversion. Let's do a comparison, okay, between what we have here. Okay, let's do a comparison between what we have here and what we had from ChatGPT. We had numbers, quite a lot of numbers. We have different segments. It still came down to give us many numbers that probably we don't need at this moment. Now, go back to Notebook LM. It was able to identify, the key data points, what it comprises of, the exclusivity. All right, it was able to identify the tracking history from regional and demographic, and from the regional and demographic analysis. It was able to talk about the segmentation, all right, the categories, states, and a few lines. Okay, so this best helps for what? Deeper summary of your data. All right, ChatGPT actually gave a deeper insight, which is excellent. Okay, really? Okay, I feel I know that Notebook LM can do more. So let's explore it further. Okay, so now we're done with this. We can generate a mind map. Let's do a mind map. Let's do a mind map, and we would compare. We would compare to our data sets. That's what we are going to do. We'll compare it to our data sets. If it does not give a particular particular column or header, we would ask it why it did not. And obviously it's going to do that for us. So let's do the mind map. So now customer data sets, journal statistics, segmentation. So these are the main key points we need currently. Okay, I agree to it because this helps you with your reports. When you're doing a report, you don't want to be mentioning numbers. All right, you want to hit the nail on the head. When you're dealing with customer data, you want to deal with statistics, you want to deal with segmentation. What is the distribution in terms of the age, the location, the postal code, and all that? What are some key data points? So you want to do a further analysis. You don't get mind maps straightforward from ChatGPT and Gemini. I'm sure we agree to that. Yeah. So you want to do a further, analysis. I think you should go with Notebook LM. So now let's see what it does. So general statistics is able to identify total records. What is the market? What market are we coming from? What market are we doing analysis from? United States. They need to identify customer ID. What are the segments? Consumers. Good. So what are key customers? Consumers, corporate, home office. You see why we need Notebook LM? So data points, just a minute. Let's go to our data points. So data points, what do we want? So data points, yeah, where most of our analysis, leveraging on cities, states, or where most of our, our consumers or customers from, or what are some attributes you can relate to them? Is it their cities? Is it where they are, what city they are, the state, postal code, and the region? It's very much downloadable here, so feel free to download when you choose. All right, so let's go back. So now we're done with the mind mapping. So let's try to generate a visual. Yeah, let's do some visualization. So let's do that. So with the visuals, it needs you to type in the prompts. Okay, so let's say based on the context, no, based on the mind map given, generate a visualization. Yeah, based on, yeah. So let's see what it does. Okay. All right. All right. So this is to further explain, what you have, what your data entails. Okay. It is not just for reporting sakes. Okay. It's also for people that are not familiar with the technical words, people that are more familiar with mapping, people that are more familiar with the audios, people that are more familiar with watching videos and trying to understand what you're telling them. All right. Yeah. So let's see what it gives us. This is not done yet. Let's see. Yeah. So you can put in your question. Engaging. All right. That's fine. I'm good. I'm happy we find it engaging. So we're going to explore the other tools, the other features. Yeah. So from infographic, we will do reports. Yeah, let's do reports. So a very simple report. Quick. Yeah. Just have your summary. You have everything ready. Meanwhile, it's taking time. Let's see. So let's keep in mind, let's try to understand prompt engineering. I mean, try to understand that it needs to be clear. It needs to have a context, just so you can get your preferred output. Yeah, still generating. So somebody can still ask again. All right, then why not use your Python script? Yeah, I mean, we are leveraging on it. So why not? I'm also asking to generate your infographics. Why not use LLM to further understand your data by using mind maps? Why not? Why not? Why not? Yeah. All right. Should drink some water. I'm not fasting. So I will. I'll drink water. I will do that right today. Okay. Maybe that is why. Oh, really? Well, I know it's available in free version. I don't know why it's taking so much. I don't know why. It doesn't do this. I don't know. I don't know why. Oh, okay. You said it's actually available in beta version. Well, it's actually available for free. I have tried it severally. I mean, this is not my first time, so I don't know why it's taking time. But regardless of that, I think Notebook LM is the go-to tool for me when I need to do a quick report. Let's do this. I don't have to wait so much time. Yeah. Should we try something else? Let's try data tables. But we're doing two things. I don't want it to overlap each other. Let's stop this. Okay, let's just do it. Let's do it together. That's fine. Okay, this is done. So we don't have any source. That means we did not have, I mean, it didn't really emphasize, the summary we got didn't really emphasize on the IDs, didn't really emphasize on the name, but it emphasized on the segments. It also did emphasize on the regions. Okay, so based on the summary given, but don't forget that the tools have their core functions. So you can best use Gemini to generate the data tables because you know that it can generate your text, it can generate your images, based on your data sets. It is not like Notebook LM where you need to convert, to natural language before you can. Yeah. So advisable that you use Gemini to generate your data tables. All right. Okay, let's see. So infographic ready. No, it isn't. So sorry, guys. So maybe we'll just It's also slow on your end. Sorry. It's not supposed to be. What's the essence? Come on. We did this. We generated data tables. It actually gives a summary of your data. Yeah, gives a summary of your data. That's what it does. Are we good? Are we good? Okay, that's fine. Gives a summary of your data. That's why we are using it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Mine is slow too. Sorry. If it doesn't pop up, we'll just go somewhere else. So let's do something else. Yeah. I didn't just do that, did I? Okay. I would want us to do a quick exercise. Or maybe let me just talk about this. So there is a workflow automation, you can make use of. For those of us that are probably still confused on how to use the tools, you can start by using Cursor. Okay. You can also decide to use Gemini. You can use Gemini, or you can use ChatGPT for cleaning. Okay. You can also use Gemini for generating your visualizations. You can also, because probably you want to deep dive into or you want to probably use different models, Opus, Llama, the others, you want to like really deep dive into your analysis. You can use Cursor, switch your models, try find deeper, responses, and you can end up using Notebook LM to generate your reports. Yeah. Oh, our time is up. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. So please, if you're able to successfully get your infographic, good job. If you're not, then we can probably just stick to Gemini, okay, for our visualizations. But the go-to tool for reporting is Notebook LM. I was able to obtain a data summary after uploading the CSV file directly. Okay, that's good. I think it may be optional to generate a summary for good. That's okay. That's fine. So if it works for you, that's good. Yeah, that's good. It's also a good one for analysis. Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you. It's been a good one. It's been a wonderful 2 days with you. All right, Precious. Thank you. Yeah, I think you're good. Hi, Precious.
Hello, Deborah. Thank you very much. I don't even have to say much. I can see what is happening in the chat. I can see all that is happening in the chat. Thank you very much for today. We've learned a lot. I'm sure there are some people who would want to still reach out to you if they have any questions. We would really appreciate if you could share your LinkedIn with us in the chat so that those who would want to reach out to you would be able. What do you think, guys? Yeah, yeah, they're in agreement. Okay, now I know some people have questions they would want to ask, even though we are far behind time. Please, Deborah, allow us to ask a few questions, and I will start with those I have in the Q&A here with me. Someone is asking, how is this affecting the job market for data analysis? As anyone can use AI to do data analytics. What is the role of a data analyst in all of this? If someone can just, sit and use AI to solve these problems, that's the first question we have. And secondly, Susan is asking if I could share the link to the WhatsApp community. Susan, I will be sharing the link together with the recordings via mail to everybody who joined yesterday and today. You would have it. Please, that's a promise from me. Also, I will be requesting feedback because we want to know how the session went for you. Do you want to see or meet Deborah again? How did you think the session went and everything? Please tell us when I share the feedback forms with you. So yes, I would share that with you. Can you also prepare a proper? Okay, so Deborah, I will allow you to ask the first question. Somebody's asking that, today we've done a lot with AI. If all this can be done with AI, why do we need to employ somebody, or why would a company need to employ a data analyst? What would be the need for that? So over to you, Debbie. Hello, Deborah.
Hi. Sorry. So what you're saying is, the question is, why do you need to hire a data analyst? Am I right? Is that
Yes.
a question?
Yes,
Oh,
if AI can
okay.
do all that we've seen today.
Okay. So well, I would say data is the new oil, and it takes a number of, I would say it takes sweat, it takes, it takes a number of years for someone to say, oh, I'm a data analyst. But it also takes an open-minded person, okay, to say, okay, I want to analyze data, I want to deeply understand data. All right. Before we even had this AI tools, we on the other hand, as humans, we had we had people that called themselves data analysts, data nerds, and all that. We had them, you know. And I mean, whatever whatever AI is doing now is because we as humans have done it already. Okay. So if we have data analyst tools and data analytics tools now, it's because um, humans were the ones who what generated them. I mean, we're the ones that said, okay, as a data analyst, what can I create to best help, myself as a data analyst? So I think whatever tool we have now was eventually from
Yes.
we humans, yeah, from the onset. Yeah. So I think that's what I can say about that. Okay.
So yes, even though we are having AI, you need a little bit of human knowledge, human experience to perfect everything. I mean, imagine if yesterday she just got here and she dumped the data sets up way to in the chats for us to start working. It would have been very chaotic. So
Yeah.
you know
True.
that there are some processes we have to go through, and these are done by people who have experience and have learned, you know, a lot of things. AI just comes to complement the work and make it a little easier as compared to how it would have been, but it doesn't take your
Mm-hmm.
work from you. I think the best
Mm,
is for us to learn how to use AI to work efficiently and effectively and not be scared that AI will take our jobs, right?
yeah.
Yes. Mind you, there are certain data sets that you work with that AI cannot handle. And
Mm,
it's not everything that you can share to with the AI because of data protection and data privacy too. So
mm-hmm.
you have to check all that. Somebody is also asking, can we also prepare a proper dashboard using the notebook LM?
I didn't hear that. Can we do what?
Can we prepare a proper dashboard using the
Okay.
notebook LM?
Well, I advise that you use that for reporting, not dashboards. Yeah. It's advised that you use Notebook LM for reporting. Yeah, data reporting. Yeah, not creating dashboards. Yeah.
Okay, Uninola. I hope this clearly answers your question. Somebody also is asking, can we also
Hi,
create
Grace.
yeah,
Oh,
can we also create ML models here? I'm guessing by here you mean notebook.
yeah,
Okay,
a whole
so
different
yes.
thing. GPT, you know, Opus is the new is the new craziest model.
Okay, I am. Okay, so that was the last question. Thank
All
you
those
very
things,
much,
they were all built
Deborah.
on time. They were all too. Thank you too. Too. Yeah, yeah. All right. Okay.
Someone is asking if you can upload a dashboard onto Notebook
So
for reports. Hi, Debbie.
yeah, I think I lost you. So that's why I was saying hi. Yeah. What's
Yes,
up?
someone asked if you could upload dashboard onto Notebook LM for reports.
Okay, upload dashboard to Notebook LLM. Well, for more with natural language. So if your dashboard or analysis, well, I would advise you probably get a summary, But if you're confident, or you are, very much okay with the feedback it's giving you from your dashboard, because most of the times what you do is once you ask it to, probably you upload your source and you wait for its response, you make sure that you compare with your actual data sets. Okay. But because we don't want to go through that long process, we just upload it and it gives you a summary, just so you just go, just finish up as quick as possible. Yeah. So that's what I can
Okay.
say. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Congratulations, Florence. Florence is saying that her infographic generated. Yay!
Oh, nice, nice, nice. Oh, yes, yes. Mine has also generated. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now,
Nice.
congratulations to everybody on that. Thank you very much, Deborah, for joining us. I really enjoyed this
Yeah.
session. I think I will be using special privileges to come for extra classes. I'll be
Thank
using
you.
Yes, I'll be using
Yeah,
family and friend privilege to come for extra classes. We really, really are happy with the
interesting.
lesson. Thank you very much for everything.
Thank you too.
Um, Someone said I need assistance with automating my work. Let's connect, please, and share the knowledge. Thanks
Oh,
in
let's connect.
advance.
Let's connect. Let's
Yes,
connect.
Deborah has
Mm.
her LinkedIn account in the chat, so you can um you can reach out to her and then you can take it from there, right? Yes, she also is the founder of Data Diaries with D, where she shares most of these and more on monthly basis. So you would want to follow her to get to know more about that too. Thank you all for joining today. And I want to repeat that everybody will get access to the recording and the resources.
Oh,
And
okay.
the
I'm going to read
resources.
some.
I think if you're struggling with the LinkedIn, please check her name, her full name, and then just
Yes,
search
yes,
her on
yes, yes.
LinkedIn.
Just
That
send
becomes
me.
easier too.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
becomes easier too.
The
Yes.
same picture
So
on the flyer is what I have on my LinkedIn. Yeah, so
yeah,
that's what
so the name
you can
displaying
get.
on the screen right now is her name. You can search that on LinkedIn and she will pop up immediately you type the name, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
She has also just shared it. So yes, I will leave the call on for a few minutes so that we can all what's of we struggling with the MS Teams? I seriously okay, let me put it this way. I am going to share the recordings, the resources, and then I will add the link to the community. I'll
Mm,
share everything with you, so you do not need to worry about that. If you have not been able to join the community group, you will have access to join it when I send the link. Okay. And then I will
mm.
follow it up with a feedback form. Please do well to give us feedback, how the session went, everything. I will be sending that through mail. Yes, you receive it in the mails that you use to register. Okay, yes. So everybody will have access to that. You need not to worry about that. Thank you very much for joining the session. We have come to the close of the 2 days masterclass on data with AI, and our very special speaker, Deborah, took us through an intensive 2 days masterclass, and I'm sure everybody has learned a lot from this. My favorite quote is garbage in, garbage out. I'm taking it everywhere I go. When it comes to AI, just know that what you give it is what you receive. So you might as well want to feed it with the best of knowledge. Thank you all very much. Hoping to see you next month. Have a wonderful and lovely weekend. Bye. Yes, garbage in, garbage out.